Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide. This one is going to be for the Midnight Grove dungeon. So if you folks enjoy this video, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos. And why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. So with that said, I personally think that the Midnight Grove dungeon is one of the more difficult ones in the game. And to help me along, we have the wonderful lag. Now, this is due to a recent patch or something that's been added to the game. I have had to update the servers, and it seems to have some inconsistency with regards to lag. Sometimes it works quite good, otherwise other times there's quite a bit of latency. So I'm going to try and do this. This is my second attempt. First one did not go down too well because of the latency. These are my attributes right here. Now normally I would have had the encumbrance fully spec'd, but unfortunately I don't this time around. Otherwise, vitality and strength are the things that I invest in. Now obviously this is my PvE build and it's more designed to carry as much as I can. In terms of what I'm carrying, I've got the Silent Legion armor. I've added actually more armor to it, so I've also got the Dragon Bone weapons such as the two-handed sword, axe, shield, and so on. So that is what I'm going to be using. I've got a thrall here. It is a relic hunter treasure seeker, and I did make a video on how to name these guys. I've made quite a few videos in which I show you where to find them. So she's got the sword of Chrome, which is an amazing sword. She also has a ton of HP and is also carrying the flawless Hyperborean slaver set, and of course the epic royal Lemurian headpiece. Apart from that, we've got some potions, some water, plenty of water. We'll need that, and the location on the map for these guys are over here where you see the X's. This is where you can find them and knock them out and tame them, turn them into thralls. They are amazingly powerful, especially if you add the flawless heavy armor from whatever faction that you fancy. With the Hyperborean, you can find the thrall that crafts it there. It is a tier 4 named thrall, and it is a rare spawn, so do bear that in mind. I've got some food with me. I've got some potion. I should have probably brought some more food with me, but that will do. Otherwise, we just need some feral flesh to get into the dungeon. Now, to do that, you want to speak to this guy over here. He is not aggressive, so don't worry. This is the feral flesh, and you find it pretty much everywhere. You can talk to him. You can learn the religion, and of course, you can also buy the potion to get into the Midnight Grove. Obviously, it has a very short spoil timer, so you want to use it afterwards, as you can see there. So let's get into it, and hopefully it does not go as bad as it went on the first run. Now, on the first run, there was a lot of issues with lag. I have tried resetting the server. I have tried also resetting my internet connection. I can say that there is still plenty of lag, and by lag I mean latency. So it's somewhere around 1 to 3, maybe 4 seconds sometimes. So I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to be defensive in this, and so what I mean by that is I'm going to let the creatures attack me, put my shield up, try and minimize the amount of hits that I take. But as I go through the dungeon, you'll see certain things that confirm the fact that things are not too well at the moment. It is still doable though, so I'm going to take the right path. So just wait for them here. There are archers, so you do want to be careful for that. I think the biggest problem with the latency that I found, as you just saw there, that was a bit of latency. I'll pick up the cooked food because we want that. I'll take that as well, why not? Obviously during the dungeon, and I know this is probably going to add to the time for the video, I will be looting the human NPCs because I want the food. I will be using a lot of heals. So as you can see, I'm heavily relying on my thrall for this, simply because it's difficult to predict when a lag spike will happen. So just to show you, everything's the way it should be. So there we go. As always, let them come to you. It's easier to deal with them that way. The thrall does kill them in one hit, as you just saw there. So very, very, very good to have such a good and powerful thrall. That's why you want these guys. They're actually so powerful that they can pretty much 1v1 most of the world bosses. Some would be close calls, but they are amazing thralls to have. Obviously, sometimes they bug out, and that is where a bit of lag took place because my shield did not go up as fast as it should have, or as fast as I pressed it anyways. There we go. But as you can see, my thrall's not doing anything at the moment. So as you can see, we've got quite a few human NPCs with their pets. I'm gonna let them come to me because of how the game is working. To be fairly honest, due to the lag, I currently am finding the trash mob, which would be the character that we have to fight to get to the bosses, more difficult than the bosses themselves, to be fairly honest. And that's simply because there are quite a lot of them. And so with the lag, there's more room for error. Okay, so let's try and get this guy. As you can see, he's not doing anything. He's making the shouting noises, but yeah. Okay, he's down. Try and get these guys. Oh well. Normally I try and take out the human NPCs. They are more dangerous than the animals. But I'll take whatever I can get. Okay, let's have a look. Nope, there's nothing there that we want. Nothing there. Two humans over here. I'm gonna go for a two-handed sword just to take them out quicker. Whoops, pressed the wrong button there. That was a bad attempt at me trying to dodge an arrow. I don't even know why I tried that, but yeah, wishful thinking, I guess. Now this is where things start getting interesting. It's when we get these wolves, and you'll see why in a bit. Also, when you're fighting multiple wolves, do bear in mind that they do sunder. When you've been sundered, you will get that thumping noise, that boom noise. And the wolves do tend to be hidden around bushes. So I'm going to try and show you the locations to the best of my knowledge. Don't remember them all off the top of my head. So I've been sundered right there. You don't want to fight too many wolves in one go. They will stack sunder on you. Oh, where did you come from? Whoa. Oh dear, this is not good. See, right there, my shield was not going up. No matter what I was doing, I could not put my shield up. So I quite literally could not move. I was pressing keys and stuff. It was not working, which kind of sucks. So such latency can, of course, always complicate the situation quite quickly, which is why I said at the beginning of this video that I will take a more defensive approach, meaning I will rely on my shield to protect myself and primarily on my thrall to do a lot of the heavy lifting. Obviously, that also means that my thrall will end up taking quite a decent amount of damage. Now, do be careful because around corners from this point forth there will be groups of wolves. You can get 3 to 4 wolves. Notice that I'm aiming for the NPC human. We want that guy down quick. The wolves we can deal with. They don't have a lot of HP, so they do die rather quick. You just don't want these guys stacking sunders on you because that is gonna hurt a lot. As always, check for loot. Make sure you don't leave anything good behind. So this is where the poison arrows do come in handy. As you can see, the NPCs take damage quite quickly. Once I see wolves coming towards me, I will just put my shield up well ahead of time because... Whoa, there we go. That was latency right there. Again. Also, make sure that when you've got your shield up, that whatever you're defending from is in front of you and not behind you. And as I said, what I find more difficult about this dungeon is sometimes the way to the bosses. The bosses themselves, well, they can be dangerous and powerful, but you will see how efficient this thrall is. Now, obviously, she's got a very powerful sword. Now, I can hear them. Where are they? There should be... Alright, they're not there. So they should be in that around that bush just in front of me. There we go. There should be about 4 of them. So I'll wait for them to come out. We've got 3. There should be another one. I'm not quite sure why he's not come out. So I've been sundered. I need to be careful. There we go. That's the 4th one. I knew there was 4. Alright. We're doing okay. Slightly hurt, but we're still alright. So they were basically just where you saw me look a couple of seconds ago. That's where they were hidden. There was no way of seeing them before they saw you or attacked you. So do bear that in mind. I'm just going to make sure that I'm well fed and that I'm well watered. We don't want to be dealing with that. Around the corner here, we should have some more wolves, as you will see. Now, one thing I can try and do is I try and get close to my thrall, because it will not attack unless I'm being hurt or unless I'm attacking something. So if I can manage to get the NPC to hit my thrall while it's attacking me, then that means I don't have to drop my shield. With how unstable the latency is at the moment, I'm a bit worried about the ability to put my shield up in time, which is, you know, it's not fun if you mess it up. So wolf right there, as you can see, he's not doing anything. He should have aggroed on me, but he's not. And there should be another one on that side. There we go. There we go. Oh, there's 2 actually. Never mind. But I knew there was at least another one on that side, so that's how well hidden these things are. Now, with a dungeon like this, you do want to take your time. Don't rush it. Rushing it will hurt a lot if you make a mistake. So, that circle over there, that is the first boss that we'll be dealing with. It will be a panther. I'm just making sure I'm not going to aggro anything. Now, for this, I am going to be relying on my thrall, and you will see how powerful it is. With regards to the Sword of Crom, that can be obtained from farming the bosses in the Unnamed City. I'm going to hit it a couple of times, put my shield up, wait for it to come to me, and then when I get an opening, I will start attacking it. But as you can see, my thrall's already taken a lot of its health down. Overall, this boss is not that difficult. It is easily doable even without a thrall. However, the gorilla boss can be a bit more of a challenge, and so that is where the thrall will come in handy. So will the bull. That is another challenging boss, and you'll see why when we get there. So from this point forth, we will be dealing with bears. Shield is going to be very handy to prevent all the damage these guys can do. So you want to be careful for their knockdown ability. You don't want to get knocked down, because then you run the risk of the bears hitting you with their combos and all that, which is never fun. So this is also the location where you can get your bear pet from. As we go deeper into this area, you will see 2 baby bears. There's normally 2s. The next area we will be able to get these saber-toothed tigers from. So you want to be very careful. Look at your surroundings because you don't want to kill the bear cubs. You want to pick them up. Also, this is where the thrall again becomes handy. The pets are quite heavy, as is the armor that I am currently wearing, and I want to be greedy and take them all with me. So what just happened there? There we go. This is the game acting funny right now. This is what I mean by latency. Technically they should be attacking me, but they're just doing whatever. They're just teleporting all around the place. I need to be careful. I need to wait for things to kind of stabilize a tad bit before I start making any moves. Right, things seems to be okay. As you can see, my thrall is just being special, which is something to be expected. They are not perfect, but they do the job nonetheless. Going back to the pets that you can get from this dungeon. Because they are heavy, what I will do is I will place most of the cubs in my thrall's inventory. So my thrall should have food and weapon, and then 3 slots available. I don't know what's up with the thrall. Yeah, it's stuck there by the looks of it. So as we go into the cave, we should start seeing the bear cubs. They are always in the cave. They can sometimes wander out here, so do bear that in mind. And so why you want to pay attention is you don't want to accidentally hit them, especially with a crazy thrall that we have, which will then pretty much attack the bear cubs. You want to pick these guys up. You want to get the shade bloom so that you get a chance for a greater bear. Also, same thing applies for the saber-toothed tiger. So I'm going to put my shield up now. Oh, that was bad timing on my part. So once we go inside, you will see the bear cubs on the around the walls of the cave. We should start seeing them. Once we attack the creatures in here, they will want to run away. So we just saw one of the cubs there briefly. Looks like they're... There we go. There's a cub right there. So it looks like me fighting the bears has scared off the cubs. They seem to be running away. Now, we need to be careful how we're going to pull the creatures to us, because we don't want to fight them near the cubs. There's a chance of hitting the cubs, and if we do hit the cubs, well, for a start, they don't have a lot of HP, and secondly, my thrall will demolish them. As always, aim for the human first. Get that guy down. Oh, he's down as well. Wait for the bear to come to me. I want to fight them here, well away from the cubs, and as you'll see, my thrall will not engage the cubs unless I do accidentally. Oh, bad timing again. It feels like every time I try and put my shield up, there's a couple of seconds between the moment that I press the button to put the shield up on the keyboard and between the time the character does. I've noticed that this is something that happens especially when you get a creature charging at you. There's a bit of a latency in that department, which sometimes does not help. So I'm going to try and catch up with the cubs. I don't think I will, but that's alright. We're not far from the next boss location, so I'm just making sure that none of the cubs are stuck here. It looks like they all ran out of the cave. That's fine. And that's because we will catch them outside. Now, because they are outside, there are 2 groups of 2 bears. So, in order to do this properly, I'm going to try and kite them back as much as humanly possible, or as far away from the bear cubs as possible. I don't see them in the vicinity, so that's why I've taken that chance. Otherwise, I would have just run towards the bears, then run away. I'm guessing that the cubs will be somewhere out there. Okay, that was a mistake on my part again. So I'm gonna admit when I make a mistake. I won't just blame it all on latency. So they should be out here now. There's one of them. Where's the second one? Okay, so the second one seems to be further away. So to my left, that gate is the second boss. Let's pick this guy up if we can. There we go. Perfect. So the cub's right there, but there's also some bears right there. First things first, I don't want to weigh myself down. You can carry that. So I need to get these guys to follow me because the cub is right there, meaning I'm going to have to run past them. There we go, that's the one. I don't want to hit the bears because they are close to the bear cub, and by hitting the bears, I will, of course, scare off the bear cub, so I don't want to do that. Whoop, there we go. That's the kind of situation you don't want to find yourself in. Unfortunately, that ended well for me in the sense that one of the bears changed aggro to my thrall, so that was quite good for me. Now it's time to go and pick up the bear cub. Oh, he's come this way. I could have actually avoided him. Well, that sucks. But anyways. So I'm going to stock up on water, stock up on food, make sure everything's alright. So, second bear cub right there. There should be 2 saber-toothed tigers that we should find at some point. I think they're saber-toothed tigers, saber-toothed lions. No, it's tigers. Anyways, over here we have the next boss. I'm gonna heal up before I actually go in. I mean, you can heal up inside, but I'll just do it out of the just outside of the arena. As you can see, we've got the gorilla. So I'm gonna use a bow to open up the fight, then swap to my axe and my trusty axe. We even have some sound glitches going on, which is always fun. Just after the fun. As you can see, there we go. That is what I'm on about latency. So my thrall was hitting the gorilla, but it wasn't taking damage. So as you can see there, that is not fun. But the boss is easily doable. I mean, I can do it from a distance with just stacking poison on him. I can hit him from behind, but he will swap aggro quite quickly, as you will see. There we go. But that does give my thrall some time to heal, so that's always good. But when he starts doing these swipes, you just want to keep your shield up. As long as he's not hitting you, you're okay. There we go. That is one of the boss down. I'm going to go down this path, and from this point forth, we should be dealing with the sabers. Also, bear in mind that there will be 2 saber pets to pick up. My thrall's doing actually quite alright. Food is alright. And I'm far from being over encumbered. So that is quite good for me. Actually, before I carry on this path, I'm going to repair my axe. Now, obviously, because I am using the dragon bone weapons, they do not have a lot of durability. However, they do have quite good stats, and they kind of match the legendary items or weapons that you find in the game. Alright. Go down this way. So the next boss should be the bull, which can be a bit, well, quite weird. He will charge at you. He will do a spinning kick maneuver attack sort of thing. And there's also a circle of poisonous gas. So there we go, there we go. There's a latency. This is how long it took for this creature to realize that I was here. Whoop. I do want to be careful with these. They do bleed, which is very unfun. So blocking is quite important. Again, we're dealing with stupid internet latency. God, that is so annoying. I mean, it is doable. Hopefully it will not kill me. It has the potential of doing that. So I guess I'm going to have to be careful in this section, especially because we're dealing with cats and they are never fun. So there's one there, there should be another one there, and a thrall to the right of it. So I'm going to need to kite these guys carefully. Going to use the bow for this. Try and stack a couple of dots on it. There we go. Perfect. Good timing there. So with that being said and done, my thrall's already engaged the NPC. Oh, hello. Hello, kitty. Oh, I didn't see you coming. So as you can see, we got some gold coins. Not a lot, but hey, why not? We'll take that as well. So around here, we should come across the cubs. As you can see, there's one over there. There's one further down. I'm going to try and risk it and grab this cub. Come on, grab it. Come on, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. Okay, finally, geesh. So I was spamming the action key quite madly there. Trying to pick this guy up as well. Can I do it? Okay, that worked perfect. That worked like a charm. So let's put one of these cubs in my thrall's inventory. We'll do that like so. Now we have to deal with the human and the kitty. Okay, shield up. Oh, too late there. I do actually like this dungeon for its difficulty and the fact that you actually have something to explore. Plus you get some nice pets out of it. So for a difficult dungeon, it is quite enjoyable. So I'm going to go for the humans again. Try and land some hits on these guys. Now I'm going to wait for my thrall to deal with them because we also have a cat and arrows flying our way. We don't really want to take too much damage. As I said, and I'll repeat that again, I am going to take it slow and careful. So there are some kitties around here. The good thing is you can always hear them. We've got 3 kitties right now. And that did not work out too well. Oh, this was so close. Ooh. That was so bad right there. So what happened there was, again, I could not get my shield up. I mean, I was pressing the button, but it wasn't actually happening. I'm going to wait it out a bit, heal up, and once we're healed up, we'll carry on with the path. But yeah, that was some bad timing on my part because that is when I got one of the latency spikes. That wouldn't let me put my shield up anymore. Or it did probably after I got hit, which kind of sucks. But I did make it out of there alive. I think that was the closest call to death that I've had so far. Probably going to be the only one that close, hopefully. I mean, that's the only spot that has 3 sabers to deal with. There we go. I mean, you can try and avoid these guys. I've already aggroed them. Might as well deal with them. We don't need to go down that way. I'm going to take the right path. I think that is another way into the next arena, which will be the bull arena. Okay, Just waiting for my thrall to do its thing. So down there past those bushes there should be an arena. It's kind of surrounded by a circle of gas, and you fight in the center, you fight a bull who does have a bit of a knockback. I think you can go this way. I think there's multiple entrances into it. I've never actually tried it. Okay. Or maybe not. I don't know. I think this takes us somewhere else. Never mind. I think this is just another path up here. Well, with that being said and done, I'm just going to go the path that I know. And we're going to go into the arena. Now, the painful part about this is we're going to take damage because we have to jump from a decent height, enough to take about maybe 25% of our health. So, as you can see, that's the circle. The bull's down there. We do not want to be thrown out into that circle because it will hurt quite a bit. I don't know what's going on. Sounds like my thrall's already down there dealing with it, and I don't understand exactly why that's a thing. You can just about see the bull doing its spinny, kicky thing. And as you can see, I've taken actually quite a decent amount of damage. I think it's more like 40% of my health has gone down. So obviously you'll also have to fight the bull. Now the good thing about this is I don't know where the bull is. Oh, there's my thrall. So where's the bull coming from? Oh, okay. So as you can see, he threw me into the gas. We want to get the heck out of here as quick as possible, but not get hit again. That's the spinny kicky thing that I was telling you about. And that's pretty much the bull dead. I did nothing apart from just get thrown into the gas. And that goes to show you how efficient the thrall is. Otherwise, this would have been a fun, interesting fight. There are many mechanics in play with this boss. I personally prefer not to get involved with this guy because he's not fun at all. Next up will be the final boss, which isn't all that difficult. He does do some decent damage. I think the most annoying about the next boss is that he pretty much jumps all over the place, which can make it rather difficult to keep up with him. Now, I don't use the auto lock feature. I like the ability to move, or the free movement ability. The ability to move freely. That does, of course, also mean that I will often miss when I do hit, but that's alright. It helps me improve my style of gameplay. So we're going to go through this cave this way, and we should come on to the fourth and final arena that will contain the final boss. So notice that I'm always keeping my shield up and making sure that the creatures that I'm fighting are in front of me. I'm gonna heal here just before we get to the next section. Now, because of my passive regeneration combined with food and the aloe vera potion, I do heal quite quick. There we have those werewolf-like creatures. Do be careful with them. They do have a bleed effect, so you don't want that stacking too much. Oh, should have waited for them to actually hit first, but as you can see, I've got 4 stacks of bleed. Right in front we have the final gate leading to the final boss. Gonna wait for the bleed effect to end, heal up, then go in, and we should fight the final boss. Also very important, after you defeat the final boss, you want to harvest him, and he will drop some special sort of meat, which of course you can consume, and it will teach you the new skills that you can learn from this dungeon. As you can see, he does jump around quite a bit. So because of how laggy the game is at the moment, I'm going to try and land a couple of hits on him. I am not going to risk it. As you can see, he does do some significant damage even though I'm wearing heavy armor. And I don't really want to risk it. I know that my thrall can easily take this guy down. All I need to do is block him. And as you can see, he does jump from one point to the other quite quickly. So it's quite easy for it to jump behind me. So I'm just going to stay focused on him for the moment. He's nearly dead. Whoop. And there he goes. That's it. He's done. So now we've got Jabal Sog that will appear above us. There he is. He'll tell us to harvest the creature that we just killed and eat its flesh to learn how to speak to animals or something like that. But that pretty much teaches us his religion. Interesting. God, let's go and harvest this guy. Obviously, you'll want a meat cleaver for this. The good thing about this is that, of course, you can store the meat if you have a storage box with the ice in it. As you can see, we're also getting the sand bloom from it. Now, this is what happens if you use it. You will learn the religion. Also, if you have a base with a storage box close to the exit point of the dungeon, you can then put it in that and it will store indefinitely. I'm trying to find the religion, but I am struggling to actually find it at the moment. Okay, right, let's type it out. And it should be... where is it? Ah, there it is. I just passed it. There we go. So this is the first tier. This is, of course, an altar. This is what you can learn. There are 3 levels for this, I believe. Or is it 2? I think there's 3 of them. There should be 3. There normally is with every religion, 3 of them. Anyways, this is what you can learn from the first altar. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you want to try and get out quickly, and this is what the timer is. It's about 3 minutes on the Flesh of Remembrance, which is what it's called. So I was going to try and teleport out of here, but I'm going to show you how to get out. Down this way there is a portal. It will summon us to, or drop us out into the city with the treasure seekers. That is the neutral city where we can go in and not be attacked by everything. Where Conan can also be found as well. So once you get back to your base, if you still have the Flesh of Remembrance, you can store it. As you can see, whilst in the preservation box, it does not have a spoil timer. Also, very interesting and important thing that I've noticed: if you put it in, say on the last second, take it out of the preservation box and put it back in, and then take it out again, I've noticed that by doing this, it does change the spoil timer from, say, 1 second to 1 minute and 30 seconds, which is quite interesting. Also, it does the exact same thing. If it has 4 minutes, then you put it in the preservation box, take it out and put it back in again, it'll drop it to 130 spoil. So I'll show you that. 40 seconds, I'll take that back out, put it back in, and now something like that, 130. It does that for every single piece of meat. Very interesting little thing. I'm not sure why that is a thing. Put that back in there, take it out again. Timer has changed on it. What I think happened is, although it doesn't show the timer, and once you've put it in the preservation box, the timer does continue to count down, but because it is in the preservation box, it doesn't actually spoil the food. So it sets it to 0, as you will see, and then you put it back in, take it back out, it sets it to 1 minute and 30. But you'll see, I'm trying to find the ones with zeros. There are some that have 0 on the spoil timer. There should be, at least, because they don't have a lot, so it took me a while to get back here. There we go. So yeah, what about this one? So there we go. Take it back out, 1:30. It's a very interesting little thing. I think this is more of a glitch. I don't know if it's a glitch with putting the meat in there, or if it's a timer sort of glitch. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it, but it does work that way, and you can store it for pretty much ever if you want, so you can share it with friends and other people on the server, and so they can learn the Jabosog religion this way. You don't necessarily have to go through the whole dungeon, although you might want to go and do that because you want the shade blooms, as that will help increase the chances of obtaining the greater pets. That is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed to the channel, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos. And why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.